just a bit of advice. Please, do not piss off Randy Orton. Hello, everybody. My name is Conor, aka he just. I gotta make sure not to. He doesn't watch the show, right? Okay, thank goodness. KayFabe, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again, right here to One Wrestling and OneWrestling.com for your SmackDown Rebound, where we cover everything and everything pertaining to Tuesday night's SmackDown Live. Weird to say Tuesday nights, but it's going to take it. SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live. Anyway, guys, you guys know the whole routine. You guys know the whole deal. I'm your official SmackDown video correspondent for SmackDown Live, Conor, aka OKayFabe. And we're going to cover everything from this week's SmackDown, February 28th, 2017. And boy, howdy, this one got really hot, as it were. That's a bad, that's a horrible pun, and I apologize for it. Anyway, guys, if you guys have not subscribed to us here at One Wrestling Video, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button right down below. Make sure you guys check out all the amazing content that we offer right here on OneWrestling.com. Also, make sure to check out all the social media for the entire OneWrestling.com, including myself, the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill after himself, of course, Big Ray, everyone from the Big Slam Nation. All the links are down in the description box below. Make sure you give them the love. Let us know in the comment section what you guys thought of SmackDown this week. Of course, give us that big old thumbs up if you guys like this episode of SmackDown, because I loved it. Spoiler alert, I absolutely love this episode of SmackDown. This was fan-freaking-tastic. The show kicked off with Miz TV calling out John Cena. Now, I try not to spoil promos too much on this show because it's hard for me to remember all those words, and words sometimes hurt my brain. But Miz with some amazing banter and explaining why he eliminated John Cena, why he screwed John Cena out of the Battle Royal last week. And he went on to say how it was John Cena's fault, how John Cena has been using his position of power to pull the strings and doing all these things to keep himself on top while Miz is just the other guy. I resent that. That was a fantastic movie. Oh, it's not a good thing. Okay, well, in any case, Miz did a beautiful job in his promo explaining why this was going on, why he went back in, why he has a beef with John Cena after so many years, how he won the WWE Championship, retained the WWE Championship at WrestleMania against John Cena, and 2 weeks later, it's back in Cena's possession. Cena, not one to be outdone, comes back with an amazing retort, basically defamating who Miz is. Who is he? He's been stealing other people's gimmicks and catchphrases for so long that he doesn't even know who he is. He's a former shell of WWE superstar. Just amazing banter between the two of them. Again, not going to spoil the whole thing because you definitely have to go watch and check it out for yourself. But this is where things get interesting. As John Cena attempts to leave, Maurice then, of course, says, how dare you? You know, it's all about your own ego, and slaps John Cena, to which he laughs and says, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. And out comes Nikki Bella. Yes, the real-life girlfriend of John Cena chases away. See, I was so excited I couldn't even say it. Chases away the Miz and Maurice, even dropping a B word. Ooh. I gotta admit, I love this. I think this is fantastic. I can't wait to see, obviously, a setup for these two down the road. I think it's going to be a really intriguing matchup. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I like Nikki Bella and John Cena together on camera, like in the WWE. I mean, obviously, we've seen them in Total Divas, but seeing them on SmackDown together, I don't know, I just kind of dug it. I thought it was really cool. Anyway, we're treated to a 2 out of 3 falls match as our first official matchup of SmackDown this week. Mickie James against Becky Lynch. Another hard-hitting contest between the two women. It was kind of hard to follow, I'll be completely honest with you, and the only reason I said it was really hard to follow was because we got so many commercial breaks during this match. I was kind of a little disappointed in that. But nonetheless, great action. Mickie in the first fall. Of course, Becky getting the second with a quick roll-up. Alexa Bliss comes out to potentially screw over Becky Lynch. However, inadvertently costs Mickie the match as Mickie is able to do a quick roll-up pin. Becky reverses into the disarmor, and Mickie gets the tap out. I don't know if this is the actual blow-off between the two of them. Maybe we might see another one down the road. I would not be opposed to a Becky Lynch, Mickie James one last time in some sort of weird, bizarre special stipulation. I'm all for that. So I said let's get it done one more time between Becky Lynch and Mickie James because 2 out of 3 Falls match was pretty solid, but I feel like we can get a little bit more between these two women. Bliss then does an interview right afterwards about being the SmackDown Women's Champion until Natalya interrupts her. basically going back saying how they had great weeks last week. She won the SmackDown Women's title. She beat Nikki Bella in the Falls Count Anywhere match. And then alludes to the fact that she's looking to be the next one to challenge Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes! As much as I love Natalya's current character, per se, even if she was a heel, I would really love to see a Natalya-Alexa Bliss feud. And honestly, I just want to see Natalya back in the title picture, to be completely honest with you. So, yeah, I'm all for this. Please make this happen. Please, please, pretty please. Oh, so amazing. Speaking of amazing, we continue the amazing SmackDown this week with, of course, the #1 contenders match that was set up last week. Luke Harper, AJ Styles, one-on-one. The winner facing Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. To say this matchup was hard-hitting and controversial is an understatement. Luke Harper tossing AJ Styles around, hitting some amazing offense. Styles just being folded up like an accordion. Luke Harper diving out. Tupe Suicida! I tried my best. That was my best more than all I could do right now. Just an amazing, hard-hitting fight between the two men. Great action. AJ Styles actually hitting the phenomenal forearm and picking the pinfall victory, but Luke Harper's foot was on the rope. Shane McMahon coming out later and saying, hey, sorry, but Luke Harper's foot was on the rope. You need to restart this matchup. Afterwards, they start to restart the match. AJ comes out, gets into Shane's face, only to get a nasty super kick from Luke Harper and just continues the match. Afterwards, of course, Luke Harper ultimately succumbs as AJ Styles gets a second pinfall victory over Luke Harper. And there you have it. The phenomenal one has been penciled in for WrestleMania. Or has he? We see him backstage being congratulated by Daniel Bryan, who mentions that he was looking to meet to maybe possibly interfere in Bray Wyatt's invocation later on in the evening. Very surprised that they did this matchup in the middle of the show, but given what happens towards the end of the show, just wow. Anyway, backstage we see James Ellsworth and Carmella trash-talking Cena. Is that real? Did that really happen? Career suicide, just for shame. And of course, Carmella tries to push Ellsworth to kind of stand up and trash talk Cena, to which Cena's like, oh, okay, I have a keen, nifty idea. Nick's tag team match next week. Me and Nikki against you two. See you next Tuesday. Don't say it. Don't say it. Yes, we set up the tag team match, John Cena, Nikki Bella against Carmella and James Ellsworth. That's going to be interesting to see, to say the least. Anyway, we're supposed to get Dean Ambrose against Kurt Hawkins, but that never happens as Dean Ambrose, in his infinite amount of rage, just runs in and hits dirty deeds on Kurt Hawkins instantly. The bell doesn't even ring. Ambrose then quickly grabs the mic and mentions about how Corbin has really been screwing with him these last couple of weeks and how he thinks it's a bad idea for Corbin to do so because he doesn't know whom with he is messing. Maybe he didn't say that last part, but I think you guys get the idea. Corbin, of course, responds in the big Titantron, saying that, listen, you screwed me out of the WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber, and you also screwed me out of the Battle Royal. You've taken 2 opportunities away from me for the WWE title, so I'm going to take everything away from you. And the interesting thing about this, of course, Ambrose rebuts and says he doesn't know he's messing with, it's going to get crazy, etc. and so forth. But what's really interesting about this is that this is not necessarily about the Intercontinental Championship. Remember, Dean is still the Intercontinental Champion, but it was very interesting to me that they didn't really allude to this much, that they didn't make it seem like they were going after the Intercontinental Championship. But it was very interesting that there's a personal heated rivalry between the two over the fact that one essentially screwed the other out of the WWE Championship. So I found that very interesting and makes me wonder if this feud will ultimately be for the Intercontinental Championship or if it's just going to be a standalone feud. So it's going to be, I'm curious to see how that's going to go. So kudos to them on that one. Unexpected chairs match between Dolph Ziggler and Apollo Crews. I mean, wow. First off, I was a little surprised and a little caught off guard with this announcement halfway through the show. We got this announcement just about before the Luke Harper AJ Styles match. I was like, chairs match? That's interesting. To be fair, the last chairs match we did see was, of course, Kalisto versus Baron Corbin, which that match truly surprised the hell out of me, to be completely honest with you. I thought that matchup was much better because, let's face it, chairs matches in the last couple of years haven't been too wowing lately, but oh my goodness. Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack. That's right. This was just as brutal. Ziggler looked like amazing, looked like $1 million. So did Apollo Crews. But I got to give more props and praise to Apollo Crews because he took some massive punishment between getting hit with a chair, let's just say in the nether regions, and also getting hit right in the trachea, as you will. Just absolute brutal uses of the chair. And I loved how it was creative, much like the chairs match I mentioned between Kalisto and Baron Corbin, where it wasn't your stereotypical use of a chair where it's just hitting him in the back or the gut, but creative different ways to utilize the chair so that it was still implemented and still, still effective, but also creative and new and a different variety as well, too. So I got to give my props and praise to them on that one as well. Now, and even more so, Ziggler getting the pinfall victory over Apollo Crews. Very interesting. Ziggler has not gotten a single victory over either Kalisto or Crews since this rivalry between the three started. And it was very interesting that this was the night that it happened. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that we had this match. I was really happy. I'm a little worried that this might be the end of this rivalry into something different. So it's kind of mixed emotions on that one as well, too. But we'll see how things play out in the future. Now comes the part that everyone's talking about, including yours truly. Bray Wyatt's invocation. He comes out and proclaims his dominance as champion. He goes, okay, AJ Styles is the one I'm facing at WrestleMania. You know what? Honestly, it doesn't matter who because I'm a deity and no one can stop me. And then Randy Orton appears on the Titantron. In the same area, the home of Wyatt, the rocking chair, the barn, and he mentions how he is in Wyatt's temple. He is in Wyatt's home and world, but it's not his world. He mentions that Sister Abigail is buried underneath Wyatt's chair, which was very intriguing. And he said that this is where your home is. This is where you feel like you're powerful. And now I once said, if you can't beat him, join him. Or when I say another phrase, when it's the right time, it's time to screw him. Orton then reveals that he mentions, Abigail again on the rocking chair and grabbing an axe. He mentions how he sees now Wyatt exposed and powerless, and he is going to take the WWE Championship from him at WrestleMania, and that he is no longer the student, but he is the master. Saying that he was the student and master. He said, as long as I'm the student, you're the master, I will not challenge you at WrestleMania, but now I am the master. He then begins to pour gasoline, I'm not making this up, pour gasoline onto the area, including the chair, going outside. And he mentions he's coming for the championship at WrestleMania, lights it, and ignites the whole bar. Meanwhile, this entire time, Bray Wyatt having the biggest flipping conniption fit of his entire career, more so than I've ever seen before. Flipping out, throwing things, crying even. A state of mind that we've never seen Bray Wyatt in before. Holy, I don't know what to say. This was absolutely amazing. This was far better than anything I expected. And my expectations were pretty decent, but I mean, wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, just wow. There's so much to say about this SmackDown. I'm a little speechless. Bear with me here. The SmackDown overall was exactly what it's been doing very, very well. Continuing stories and making you want to see what happens next. And man, they delivered on that at the ending segment. Let's take the ending segment away from SmackDown for just a second. Let's take a look at just what happened in the main show. You had a great, amazing promo segment with Miz and Cena, Maurice, and Nikki Bella. You had a great 2 out of 3 falls match between Mickie James and Becky Lynch. Pretty solid stuff. Loved it. You had Harper versus Styles, hard-hitting, great action between the two of them, setting up Styles for another potential maybe feud down the road. Honestly, I was very surprised AJ Styles won this match. We saw Ambrose and Corbin continue their rivalry in a brutal chairs match between Ziggler and Crews. Right there is a very solid SmackDown. Very solid. Very good stuff. Again, hyping up and continuing and creating new stories. But then you take what Orton and Wyatt did, and it just shoots it to an entire different level. To say that I want to see exactly where, just that angle, that storyline, the whatever you want to call it, for Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt has got to be, and this is just my honest opinion, one of, if not the greatest storylines WWE has done in quite some time. And that's just my own opinion. And this is a big point, and this episode of SmackDown is a big pointer to why I think so. But don't forget, guys, these are just my humble opinions. I like to hear what you guys have to say. What do you guys think of this week's SmackDown? What do you guys think of the Randy Orton burning Bray Wyatt's barn down, Miz Cena segment? I want to know your favorite parts, favorite match, favorite moments, all that stuff. Where is stuff going, and what's going to happen at WrestleMania? I want to hear your thoughts, guys, on this entire ordeal, this entire episode of SmackDown. Leave them down in the comment section or hit us up on the social media. Make sure you check out the entire OneWrestling.com family on the social media, including myself at OKayFabe, at Big Ray Show, everyone over at the Big Slam Nation, of course, the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter. Make sure you follow us all on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Hit that thumbs up if you guys like these SmackDown rebounds. Of course, subscribe for more awesome content from us right here at One Wrestling and OneWrestling.com. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate the continued love and support. And to quote the legendary Mr. Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches. Unless we don't burn down the barn first.